This side is your control panel. That's your heating control panel. Okay, so when you come into your van, you need to switch your 12-volt systems on. So as you can see, everything's all switched on, which is this control panel here. I'll give it a quick wave just to light it up. So all you do is switch that button on there. That switches your 12-volt systems on. As I said, more or less everything in this van will run off 12-volt system. So you need to switch that on. You leave that switched on while you're using it. And obviously when it's time to go home, then you switch it off. Okay. You've got menu scroll up and down this side. Water pump, but don't switch that on straight away. I'll explain that in a second. You've got your main light master switch for your main lights. Master switch for your dimmable lights, which are above the lockers. And you've got awning light. Okay. So they're the things when you first get into the van. Don't worry about the heating system for the moment. So don't switch your water pump on straight away. The reason for that is, one, you could have water ended up going everywhere when you don't want it to. So first things first, if you have a look under there, under the front bench, just pull the front of the bench down, just on the handle.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, sorry.
Just pull that forward. That's it. What you see underneath there, one is the boiler, which is on the right hand side. You should be able to see a yellow lever switch. Can you see that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That is your drain for your water system.
Right.
So the position it's at the moment, that's closed, so that's stopping the water draining all out and onto the floor underneath. Okay, so when you come to use it, make sure it's in that position.
Yeah.
Okay. Obviously you need to drain it before you leave, and obviously winter is obviously important as well. But to start off, you need to make sure that's closed. Make sure all the taps are closed and are in the correct position. Same with the shower, because if you've left that on, because you've drained it, because when you drain it you leave all the taps open. So if you've left all them open previously, and you just go jump in, switch the water pump on, you can have water going everywhere where you don't want it.
How do you drain from there then? This end here, that's what I'm looking at.
Yellow lever, there's a yellow lever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the pipe's coming. Oh no,
yeah.
just connect. There's a black pipe on that, isn't
Yeah.
there?
So all you do is just lift that lever up. So at the moment it's down. All you do is just, if you imagine a hinge.
Oh right, I'm thinking it's a turn lever,
yeah,
right?
No,
it's a
it's just a lift up one, yeah.
And that drains out.
It'll drain straight down onto the ground underneath.
Okay, right, I'm with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
Right. So to get the water into the system, we need to get the air out. Okay. So in that corner there, the boiler, that's a 10-litre boiler. So if you drained it previously, it's going to be 10 litres of air in there. So we need to get that air out, and it's all going to come out through this tap. Okay. I have primed it already, so you won't see the full effect of it. So switch your water pump on. Normally you will hear the pump running because it's pressure triggered. So you probably have, if you've got air in there, obviously it will start up straight away for a period of time. So what I start off with is the cold side on the tap. Open that up, get the air out. You can see it will sputter quite a bit to start with. The reason why I always go on the cold side first, because of that pipe that's in the Akerol. If that has curled up, and you're doing that on the hot side, it could just be there for running.
Taking air and trying to boil air.
That's it. You're just going to do anything. So do it on the cold side first. That's going to come direct straight to it. That's what you'll see more of. Sputter. Once you've got a solid stream of water like that, you know that cold is going obviously air free now. Okay. Turn it across to the hot side. We're then going to fill the hot water boiler. So as I said, it's probably got 10 litres of air. It hasn't now at the moment because I've primed it already. Do the same. You'll probably have a couple of minutes of sputtering. If it's not coming through, you might have a bit of an air loss. Just close the tap down. If you can hear the pump still running, it will build the pressure up. So leave it. You just hear that. It's a very low hum. Let it build the pressure up. Then just release the pressure slowly. If you open it up quickly, it can explode the air out, and it'll just be everywhere. So just release it slowly. If there's still a lot of air, close it down again. And the pump's gone off now. If you hear the pump running again, still running, that means there's still air in the system.
Right.
Or once you've got a solid stream like that, then you know your hot water tank's full. Okay. Do the same with each tap.
Otherwise, I can hear it now.
Yeah, because that's where the tractor's not going past now.
Yeah.
So there's probably still a bit of air in the system. So go through the other taps as well. Do the same with the other taps, and obviously get the water out, or get the air out of the water system. Okay. Happy with that bit?
Yeah, no, I know all about water because I used to work on a caravan site and they had statics, and there would always be water in them, and then you'd be taking the panels off and trying to replace them for people.
Yeah, because they've left the water in it. Yeah. Okay. Good. Right. So once you've done that, you can put a heating system on if you wanted to, which is this control panel here. With the command system, that will talk to that heating system if you wanted to, so it can operate via the app, which I'll show you, or you can do it manually, which is via this control panel here. Okay, so it's switched on. So to switch it on, all you do is just press and hold that until something comes up on the screen. This is just a return button. I'll just be pressing that just to light the screen back up again. Because obviously it does a bit similar to that, as in the screen goes dark after a period of time. So what we're showing on the top line at the moment, that flame does not indicate gas, it indicates heating. They just like to do these kind of things just to confuse people. So that flame on the left hand side, that's heating. Next one along is water heating. Next one along is energy for what you're using to heat the boiler. So it's running on electric 2 at the moment. And then what we've also got is fan. If you can hear, the fan's not running. The fan is thermostatically controlled, so it only comes on when it needs to. So if it needs to increase the temperature by 4 degrees, you'll hear the fan come on. Otherwise, once it reaches temperature, the fan will die down again. Okay, and switch yourself off. What you've also got flashing in the main screen is time and temperature set. Okay, you're looking very worried down there.
I'm just hoping you're
A bit
taking
more
that.
complicated than a tent.
Yeah, it's just slightly more
Or you just go with
complicated, yeah.
ambient 24/7.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So whatever it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the last couple of days, it would have been interested inside the tent. I would have thought.
Yeah.
5 o'clock in the morning, it'd be red hot, and
Be
Yeah.
up and out, aren't you?
yeah, that was the other fun thing with the tent, or freezing cold at night. Right. What we've also got is this little plug here. That little plug is indicating I've got electric to it. Okay, we're not operating on electric. It's just that we've got it available. So on that consumer unit down there, which is really fun to get to because of the position it's in, we're just going to remove a few cushions to get to it. As you'll find with caravans, you're always fighting cushions. Right. So down here is your consumer unit, and if you can see that, there's an orange button on it. See that there? It says heating and hot water. If I switch that off, that means there's no electric going to the boiler now.
And they've got a big
Yeah, so you got
caution sign, yeah.
you got a hazard sign there.
And it's
That's to
big.
say it's trying to operate on something that's not there. The command system is also telling you there's a heating error as well.
Oh, right.
Okay, if
Yeah.
you want to shut that up, just press the arrow pointing towards it, just to confirm that, yeah, I realise, well, there's something wrong. So make sure you switch that on when you want to use the boiler on electric. So we haven't actually selected electric at this point. All we're doing is just putting power there ready to use. Okay, I was going to say, hazard triangle will go after a short period of time once it resets itself.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll probably come back to that shortly. So I don't want to go too much through that until we've finished that. Obviously, distracts what we're doing from here. Right, so if we want to change anything, press the big button. It lights up the second line now. So the first one we got icon flashing, that's a heating. Okay, so if I click on that again, we can then either switch heating off, or obviously increase it all the way up to 30 degrees if you want to. Okay, click on it to confirm it. That's the temperature I want, which you don't really. What I'm trying to show you is that now. The gas on the top line now, the gas flame, which is a heating icon, is flashing. That means we haven't reached temperature yet. Okay. Once it's gone back to your main screen, you can see it showing 30 degrees now. I could actually just turn it down from there as well. So I'll say no, I don't want it at 18 will do. And hopefully then, obviously it's reached 18 degrees. There we go. So that little flame's gone solid down, so we know we've reached that temperature. So if it's still flashing, you haven't got the temperature that you've asked for. Okay. Click on it. Next one is your water heating. So that's now flashing. Click on that one. So we've got the options of water heating off, or eco, which is about 40 degrees, hot 60 degrees, or boost. If I click on that now, boost. So if you want extra hot water, you want to use a shower, it may be worth boosting it. So it goes through 2 cycles of the water heating, and you've got extra hot water. You're still limited to how much hot water you've got, because it's 10 litres. As soon as you start drawing hot water off it, cold water starts topping it up. So it will drop quite quickly. Okay. Again, you can see it's flashing. Obviously, it's obviously in the process of trying to heat your water up. What you will find also that it shuts the fan down for the heating. Okay, because what it's doing is concentrating all the heat on the boiler now, which is all one unit. If it was drawing hot air from that unit as well to warm your room up, obviously it's taking the heat away, so it wouldn't be doing your boiler any good. Okay, so otherwise normally, but eco is efficient enough. Okay. Next one along is your energy. So you can see bottle, so that denotes gas. Okay, so if I click on that now, we can select what we want now. So we've got electric 2, electric 1. So if you roughly 2 kilowatts, it's slightly less, but it's easy to remember like that. So 1, 2, or mix. So that's electric and gas. So you've got your bottle and 2 electric, gas and 1 electric, or gas on its own. Okay, if I just explain what they are. So obviously 1 kilowatt, 2 kilowatt on the electrics. At home, your kettle that probably heating that much water, and that's probably about 2 kilowatts. Okay, it's not heating the whole kitchen as well. So that you imagine that's the amount of energy you're trying to use to, if you're trying to operate this system in the summer, 2 kilowatts is probably efficient enough to heat that boiler. Okay, in the winter or the colder months, 2 kilowatt probably not going to heat this van and that water. It'll give you some heat, but not necessarily the temperature you want. So if you're trying to obtain, say, 30 degrees in the winter, 2 kilowatts is probably not going to give you that. Okay, so that icon will be flashing all the time, constantly. Okay, so that's why you may want to use the mix. So you could use mix 1 or mix 2. Okay, what that will do is use both energies from cold, gets up to temperature, then it'll shut the gas off. It'll tick over on the electric then.
I was going to say, because presumably, because the electric is unmetered, you'd want to be using your electric in preference to your gas, wouldn't you?
Yes, yeah. But I'm just saying that 2 kilowatt
Isn't it
is not.
Yeah, no,
in the colder months, 2 kilowatt is going to be. Well, it might give you. You might be comfortable after being camping. It's probably quite toasty.
Tropical.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So otherwise, yeah, as you said, most people will use as much electric as they can because it's free when you buy it, when you purchase the pitch as such. Okay.
Yeah.
The next one along is your fan. So the usual one is Eco. That's usually quite blowy as such. Or you could have it high fan, or there's a boost option. At the moment, it's not allowing me boost because what it is, it's already quite warm in here. I'll just see if it will go. If I set that to 30, and then try and do boost, it may. I don't think it probably will, but it will. So if you're trying to increase it by, say, 10 degrees, it may allow boost. Okay, if you're just trying to creep up 1 degree, it's not going to give you boost. Okay, and also the fan's not likely to come on. So if you want to try and increase it by 1 degree, the fan's not going to come on just to try and increase 1 degree. It's probably going to have to drop 2 or 3 degrees before the fan will bring it back up again. Okay, happy with that bit?
Yeah, think so. Well, I think it's, you'll learn as we go along, won't we?
Well, that's it, yeah. There is videos on YouTube. YouTube is a very good a source of information. So there's a lot of videos. Trumadoo that have got their own video on there. It's about, about 7 minutes long, which is a really good one. It's not a technical one at all. It's straightforward how to use. Okay. What you've also got in the centre is the clock, which is that one there. So to set the clock, just click on that. I'm not sure what time it was, 10. So just click on that, and then, no, it's not 10, is it? It's 9. Sorry, wait. 50s. Let's go back to that one because it was 9 and we're really. Okay, you've also got timer. This one through the command system, you can control that on the timer through that to control that, or you can do its own timer there if you really wanted to. And then there's other further menu as well, so you can change all the different settings. What I'll do, I'll just take that off 30 degrees because we've had enough warm for this week. We had one at the beginning of the week. We had a van that it was showing 33 degrees inside. Obviously that's because it had been sitting outside, everything shut up, and then it was just a bit warm. Trying to cool it down rapid was quite difficult. Right, so you're happy with that? Yeah. Ish. As I say, it's one of them things. You play with it more. It's if you can set this up at home and connect everything to it. Obviously that makes it easier as well. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Right. Well, what I'll do, I'll just do the consuming it, then we can put the cushions back down on this.
What's the one on the left then?
Oh, that's the keyboard for the tracker.
Oh, okay.
So if you subscribe to the tracker,
yeah.
what they'll do.